I was thinking maybe we can put a picture of you with hair. Is there a picture with you with hair laying around somewhere?
Oh, not one that you would recognize me.
I would want to see that. I don't care about thumbnail.
I lost my hair at 22, so that's 13 years ago, dude. I look different than I did.
Can I ask if
ago.
something in particular, is it genetics or something happened? Or...
Just bad genetics, bro.
All right, hello there, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am Bajmoha, and this is episode 35 of the Town Center, your podcast dedicated to all things Age of Empires. Today, I'm joined by my friends DauT and Dave, and we're going to talk about the drama surrounding the Town Center Tango 2. And as always, we'll do our very best to stay fair and balanced. Then there's a new public update preview, bringing lots and lots of changes to the game, some of them controversial, you might say. And we'll also look ahead to the first qualifier for the LingYuan Cup. That's the next big LAN that will take place in China. If you enjoy our show and would like to support our work, make sure to comment, like, subscribe, and if you prefer to listen to us on Spotify, make sure to rate us 5 stars. DauT and Dave, my friends, always a pleasure having you guys with me. And I just noticed as I was saying that, DauT and Dave. It sounds like the title of a comic book or something. The Adventures of DauT and Dave.
It would be a pretty good comic book. Yeah.
Are those like the stripper guys? Or like pseudo strippers? Am I thinking about the wrong thing?
Huh?
It's cruel. I'm not sure what shows you were watching when you were a kid. But...
what am I thinking of? What am I thinking? There's a video
I don't
of the tyrant guy.
Something like...
No, Dave, help me out here, bro. There's a video, like an edited video of like these naked guys dancing or whatever with the faces of the tyrant players on them. What am I thinking of?
Go on.
That's it. Don't you guys remember the faces? There was Viper, DauT, Jordan, old tyrant guys. Don't you get? There's nobody.
Dreams, my friend.
This is like some weird dream.
I'm turning the camera off. Like I'm feeling like
nobody know what
here.
I'm talking about. Does nobody know what I'm talking about? Okay.
No.
Okay, boys, let's do something we only very rarely do around this place, which is discuss drama. You know, we hate doing it when the situation calls for it. What are you going to do? So the Town Center Tango 2 was a 3v3 tournament that was supposed to run from April 28th to June 1st, but due to massive delays, the final ended up being played only on the 4th of July. Because of the delays and because the host felt like he was being disrespected by some of the players, he canceled the whole tournament, but didn't really make it official, so there was no post about it, nothing about it. And that means the finalists, that was Onomaro and Barbatakos, they did play the final over a month too late, but they played without knowing they were not going to be paid for it. And, you know, Dave, once it became clear what had transpired, people took to Twitter, and then the whole situation escalated, and, became the talk of town and all of that. So let me hear what your first thoughts about the whole thing.
First thoughts, you can't do that. Like, if you're going to cancel the tournament because the players aren't living up to their end, which they very clearly didn't live up to the terms that they agreed to, you have to let people know. You have to let them know in advance. You can't just wash your hands of it and disappear, right? But at the same time, like, you obviously have to look at the other side of the story, even though Jammin is in the wrong, in my opinion, for not communicating with the players. There is some wrongdoing on the other side. That's not like a single issue here. There's multiple things going on. And then there's the communications around it. Like, I saw people on Reddit accusing Jammin of taking the money and whatever. I don't for a second believe that that's the case. I would need some really strong evidence to convince me that that is. But at the end of the day, as a tournament host, and that's the only thing I can speak to because that's my experience, if you're going to cancel a tournament because the players aren't living up to their end, you have to let them know. You have to tell them. You can't just do it, even if you think it's the right thing to do. You have to let them know what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so just to clear things up a little bit here. So a couple of the sponsors that actually sponsored the tournament, they made posts on Reddit. I spoke with one of them as well. And they did get the money back, so he didn't run with the money. And Jammin did return the money back. But let me hear from you too, DauT, about the whole situation.
I have a lot of opinions here. First, it's cool that like Dave is like from the tournament host, and I'm like a player side, and I kind of blame it all on the host. Like, not directly. I understand him. I like the guy, and it's not like he canceled the tournament, took the money, and went buy, I don't know, Ferrari. He didn't do that. But if you allow players, a person, to go above the deadline, he will do it. If you told this podcast we can do it during the week, we would not do it Monday, we would do it Sunday. Last minute possible. That's how human mind works, right?
Sure.
And if you let the player schedule and then like, can we play Monday, maybe Tuesday? Then I know next round I can delay as well. And then next round, then vacation kicks in. Like I couldn't play third place matchup because I had planned with my family, right? I cannot stay there a whole month in hometown just to play the tournament. That time maybe even out. People get plans and it goes out of hand very quickly. On the other hand, I absolutely understand the Jamin. I like him. I support him. I'm sad that we will probably not see another tournament. I even talked to him after the event. He is not happy, but again, human emotion. Things got out of hand. He felt disrespected. The main problem, in my opinion, is about the B, C tier tournament. The prize pool is not big enough that tournament organizer is not feeling like powerful enough to punish the players. That's it. I don't care if it's $1 tournament. You're late out, same as $1 million tournament. It should be exactly the same strict rules. Now, because it's a bit lower price pool, you give players more room to breathe, and then, well, if I breathe more, you breathe more, tournament goes to the damn hell.
You give them a hand, players take the whole arm. Yeah, that's I totally see what you're saying. So I spoke to Jamin as well, and I feel like we need to try to portray things as accurately as possible. So that's why I spoke to him. Of course, the things I heard from him are going to be very biased because that's him saying. So everybody can make up their minds. So first thing, he immediately told me, yes, I f***ed up. I shouldn't have just canceled the tournament in my mind. I should have made a post about it, of course. There's no doubt about it. That's the first thing that he told me, actually. But there are a few things that he told me that I didn't know, and I think it's important to at least mention. So Jamin he streamed every single game in the tournament. So that means he was intending on streaming the semifinals as well and the finals, and because it was so delayed, he could not stream the semifinals and the finals. And the thing is, if you put up a tournament like this and you're streaming it, of course, you're trying to grow your channel, right? You're trying to make some money out of it, a couple of donations, hopefully, a couple of subscriptions. And because the tournament was so delayed, the whole thing was for nothing for him at the end of the day. It's got to feel really bad, Dave, in my opinion.
It does. It 100% does. But at the end of the day, like you signed up on your end to a term of agreement, right? You're going to pay the players a certain amount of money, and they signed up on their end to an agreement, which is that they will show up on time and play on time and organize everything themselves in terms of scheduling. So, I mean, Jamin can feel disappointed about that, and that's fair, but he knows he's wrong. We know that not communicating, canceling the tournament is wrong, and I don't know how much more we can do with that. Right?
Like his heart is in the right place, right? He wants to make a nice tournament for. It's not like a personal interest. It's not like he stole the money. He made a really good tournament. He wants to grow community. He wants to grow his own channel. I mean, it's not like a scam, right? He didn't do it with a bad intention. He just like he's human as well. He got tilted about the situation and like, I'm out. It's normal. It's normal as well. I don't blame him a lot. It's like normal human reaction. But again, like Dave said, at least let us know. At least let us know.
There needs to be a little bit, like on both sides, there needs to be a little bit more maturity, right? And I know because we're gamers, it's hard to come by sometimes. But like if you're a player, you need to respect the fact that you're signing up for this term, right? And you know the general schedule. And I'm assuming with Town Center 2 or Town Center Tango 2, they had a general idea of when the finals would be.
Yeah, it was supposed to finish June 1st, and it ended up being playing July 4th. So it's
that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Like even if you are given wiggle room on some of the dates, and like DauT said, you're going to push it back further and further and further, and that's human nature. Like you have to fight against that a little bit as a player. You have to show a little bit of professionalism, right? Like respect the tournament itself, even though you are pushing it back further and further and further. Like if the organizer is going to live up to their end of the bargain, then you have to live up to yours. That's what it is at the end of the day. And if we can't like respect that sort of thing as tournament organizers and as players, then a lot of these community tournaments are going to struggle in the future. There needs to be an agreement there.
I agree. He showed me a couple of the screenshots of some of the scheduling topics. I know you guys have been around forever, me too. There was a time where these scheduling topics were public, so we could see how players actually schedule.
Oh my god, yeah, it's so bad.
Best read. I was reading forums back then. It was beautiful.
And, I forgot my wife has her birthday on the weekend. Power outage is going to be tomorrow for sure because it's going to rain. All sorts of things he was getting. And, then players confirm matches and then really communicate to him. Anyway, I don't want to name any names. That's not the point of the whole thing. In my view, 2 lessons could be learned here, and I wonder if you guys agree with this. From the part of the hosts, if you're organizing a B tier or C tier or whatever, and you really want to have the top teams, you have to be very, very strategic about when you make the tournament.
Yes.
And I guess I don't know if there was a chance for him to not make a tournament between Warlords and the Cartographers. But for example, right now, if the Town Center Tango 2 is happening right now, I believe we don't have a lot of these scheduling problems. That would be one of the things.
And he's traveling as well, right? He is not in his home right now.
Probably,
also,
yeah.
Viper is traveling. It's summertime, right? A lot of people are traveling. There is no ideal time.
There's probably never an ideal time. But anyway, we now have a tournament calendar. I believe you can try to be strategic to the best of your ability, or just accept that you can't have, the GLs, you can't have the Onimaros. And the other thing for the players is, do you really need to play a B tier tournament if you know that it's going to be between one A tier and an A tier tournament? Maybe there needs to be, you either have the flexibility or you just go like, okay, I probably can't commit to this one tournament. Let me just skip it out. Is that something that's crossed your mind, for example?
You also have probably something you don't realize. The top players are getting personal invites, right? For example, Jamie sent me the invite DauT. Will you sign up the team again? Or like Medieval Masters, Mario Wallace, he sent me the message when I didn't sign up. Will you sign up and so on? They want top names, right? And you get a personal invite even for the C tournaments because they want exposure. And you want to say yes, right? It's also, if you're a streamer, it's a good content. I mean, in the end, a little bit extra prize pool doesn't hurt anybody. And most important, it's a good content, good for community, helping somebody out as well, bringing the tournaments. Like the worst thing for me with this drama is I don't think we will see Town Center Tango 3. And I love that tournament. It's super fun. It's one of the better team game tournaments we ever had.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the downsides. And that's why I'm really trying not to put too much blame on Jammin, even though everybody agrees he should have made an official post about the whole thing. Because, Hidden Cup, it didn't start with a $70,000 prize pool. It started like with a $1,000 prize pool. What was it? King of the Desert didn't start with $50,000. It started with $1,000 as well. So yeah, I think you should be careful to not try to completely ostracize all the tournament organizers when they mess up here and there. Maybe try to support them, give them a little bit of feedback. And I hope that's what we're doing here.
Exactly what he said. It's honest mistake. It was not bad intention. I think he deserves to make a third tournament, and I would sign up. I would personally sign up. I think it's an amazing tournament.
And we have so few team game tournaments now, so we could really use a couple more.
This demotivates as well, host, right? It's really hard to schedule.
Like the only tournament format where you can realistically win a 1v3. And that makes it amazing.
Yeah,
like it's been close a couple times. I remember the first
Agreed.
Town Center Tango. There was one with you DauT where it went down to a 1v1. I think at the end.
Was it Canberra? Was it?
No, I don't think so.
It was Watch Him Up. I think Bog Island.
Yeah.
I believe it was like
it's just ridiculous.
Everybody get defeated.
Just ridiculous.
I remember. I think I remember that game. It was really cool. And just to finish the topic, I believe players were paid at the end of the day. I believe Onimaros paid the finalists, and there was like a generous community member from Hera's community who offered to pay for the other teams. That's what I heard, at least. I'm not sure if that's confirmed or not. So, my friends, just a few days ago, the devs have opened another public update preview for an upcoming patch, which doesn't have a release date just yet. There are a lot of changes coming, though it's important to note that none of them are set in stone yet, and devs can still decide to rework some or just remove them altogether. We're going to be highlighting some of the changes, not all of them, of course, but one in particular, my friends, has already got the whole community talking about it. From now on, when a military unit or a building kills an animal, be it a boar, sheep, deer, and so on, the food from that animal won't just disappear, as it has always been the case, but villagers now will be able to gather food from it. And DauT, whenever a change like this is introduced, the critiques you hear are always the same. This is dumbing down the game, removing skill expression, etc., etc. So what do you make of it?
It's true. It's definitely true, but is it that a bad thing? You need to balance. Like, you want the game to be easier to attract new players. Like, we have many new young players. Like, if the game was not easier than before, I don't know, we would never maybe get Herald, Leary, and others. You cannot keep the same. Imagine if you still play on the HD, like single queue, the graphics and everything. You need to improve. You need to balance so you don't lose the core of the game. Okay, the game will be easier. It got a big benefit that for the new players, when they see top players sniping the board with TC, they want to copy and then end up killing the board. And that's understandable. I don't think it's such a massive change. Like, there are a lot of worse changes, like force drop as well, that completely improved the smoothness of the Dark Age. Like, those are massive ones. This is, well, one more step to it.
Okay, so are you for or against it? I'll give you a little bit of time to think, Dave.
I'm not sure. 50-50.
I'm going to preface this by saying I'm against this, but I'm against most fundamental changes because I'm old, like DauT, right?
So I'm older and I like changes.
I mean, I will admit I have been wrong in the past. I've been very militant about my opinions in the past, and I have been wrong. I've also been right. I feel like I should add that, but
right about what? Give us example.
Yeah, otherwise
there's so many changes, dude. I don't know. There's way more of me being wrong than being right. I think like they want to definitely cut down on things like laming, and you can really tell it throughout this. Like, that's one of them, right? Where military units, the meat is still harvestable. The Goths losing their +5 against Hunt is really weird to me because that was kind of an iconic bonus. And that's one that
it did hurt a lot of times. That's one of the bonuses that's sometimes that anti-bonus, right? Because you end up killing your board way too early.
But like, that's very similar to shooting the board with the TC. I've seen newer players play and shoot their board with the TC, and the response is not, "Oh, I hate this game, I'm gonna quit." The response is, "What? I screwed up. Oh my God, like what went wrong?" And they're actually curious about why it happened. Right. And they're asking questions about why it happened. And they're trying to improve that for the next time because they saw it on a video, but they didn't see the part where the villagers kill it last. So that's just one of those little things that I don't think drives anyone away from the game. And I think once you unlock a skill like that, shooting the board with the TC, there's a weird, like, satisfying feeling that comes along with being able to do that. It's like a stepping stone, right?
And this game is very true.
That's
like,
such a good point.
This game is all about those tiny little stepping stones that give you that feeling of achievement in Dark Age, because nothing is really happening in Dark Age. However, if you can shoot the board with the TC, it's kind of like, okay, success number 1. Then you shoot it with the TC again, success number 2. Oh my God, I managed my wood line perfectly, right? Because of all this
I changed my opinion. I'm with Dave. It should not be in the game. That's such a good point, especially on Black Forest, like getting 10 boars. Satisfaction is unreal.
So good.
And for that one also, specific situation, yeah.
There's a second thing too. Like, if we look at the pressure that you can put in on Dark Age with Scout, it's really not that much unless you're going to lame and unless you're very good. But if you go for a Drush, kind of like the consolation prize of drushing on a lot of maps is being able to kill their deer.
True.
Right. And if you can't do that anymore, you kill them and they're still available to take. It's kind of taking away another incentive to even make any military in Dark Age at all. On certain maps. So I just don't see the point, Nelson. I really don't. I feel like, their thought process is, okay, we want to take out laming from the game because it's very frustrating for people to match up against that. We want to make it streamlined because it's very frustrating for people to have to micromanage everything. But I think the micromanaging is a key part of feeling good about getting better at the game. And it's a key step that you need to unlock as a player, as a natural process. And then laming as well. Like, laming is, there's nothing more frustrating than getting lamed, true, but there's nothing more satisfying than beating a lamer, bro. There's nothing more satisfying than that. So it's
let me give you some points that might maybe help you understand what they might be doing, which, again, I don't know for sure what it is. So you said that thing, it's a stepping stone. Incredible point, I agree. But I would say you can make the same point about being able to lure a board with villagers. Just simply being able to lure the board with a vill and not losing it. For a lot of people, it's the first
100%.
big success, right? So I guess the one stepping stone you're talking about happens a little bit later in your career if you're really trying to improve. Now, you made the point that this is about laming most, and that might be true. But in my head, I think this is also about just making it easier to lure a board for new players. Because that's also one of the things that a lot of new players are afraid of. Oh, I'm going to lose my villager if I try to lure a board. But if you can do it now with the TC, I think that's going to be a lot easier for a lot of new players. And that's probably going to help them, try to play online maybe.
The TC arrow thing is only something that people do. People don't do that when they're starting up their first 50 games without watching someone on YouTube.
Agreed,
or some
100%.
creator or something. People don't even lure their boars in the first 50 games, dude. They don't even know, right? And a lot of people pick goths to go and shoot the boars from 20 tiles from their mill because they're scared of luring the boars. So I don't know why they're getting rid of the +5.
Again, this makes sense to me if it is accompanied with, I don't know, maybe you change now the art of the war and make it clear that you're supposed to lure boars with your TC and kill them with the TC, because it's undoubtedly a lot easier to do and a lot safer, in my opinion. DauT.
It's just extra economy. I don't think for the lower players it even matters. It's just another thing that is perfected at top player. In my opinion, makes the game less fun in the end. Like, I want mistakes at top level as well. Like that's fun. Now, nobody makes mistakes because we got so many quality life features. Now, I might be a little bit biased, but with all those changes,
DauT saying nobody makes mistakes.
I make mistakes, so I'm a little bit biased. It's like all those changes, that quality of life, force drop, dealing with TC, whatever, plenty of changes, multi-queue. We have more time to think about strategy in the game. No. All the extra time is used for micro. 100%. It's all in micro. Soon, this is League of Legends. Like, we make an army, you don't go back home to go and look at the barrack. You put it on the number, you tap easily, right? Everything is auto-produced, more or less. And you are looking at army, fighting army, everything, dodging everything. Until I get mad, give him the heal, give him everything. I die, I go next game. I go play Rage Forest. That pushes the game players away. Actually, that's probably even more annoying for the lower players. Like, everything comes down to the micro. And micro became unreal. It's unreal. Like, you can see Hera winning battles with less units, with less upgrades. It's not strategy game anymore. It's League of Legends. Like,
is it too much of a punishment, though, to lose a complete boar? Sometimes 400 food if it's an elephant. Is it too big of a punishment?
No, because you only do it once, dude. That's the thing. Like, you only make the lumber camp on Nomad once, right?
I made it on house,
right? Like, yeah, but we won't even get into that game, buddy. But like, you do it once and you remember that forever. And then that's one of those key things where you're like, okay, I know more about this game now than a player that's just starting out that might have better mechanics. And it's just another piece of knowledge that you unlock and you add to your little book of knowledge in your head, right? And I don't think people are leaving the game because they're shooting their boar or they're shooting their elephant with their TC and the food's not there. I really
maybe they trust themselves to try online or something if they feel confident that they are not going to lose a villager to a boar. I guess that would be the counter argument here. I guess. Hard to know.
You can still lose the villagers to the boar, even if you like the boar is chasing you down. Like, if everything goes to TC, you will kill the boar 10 tiles away. Like, it still doesn't have the low yellow that heavily. It's mostly to perfect the game, in my opinion.
It's interesting. It's interesting that guys are both against it. I would assume, because I don't think this is a big change, but one worry that I do have, this change alone is not a big deal, of course, but if you start adding up all the little changes that they've been making, as you guys have alluded to, at some point it's really another game. So yeah, I'm a bit 50-50 on the change, personally.
I was as well until they convinced me. Like, the satisfaction of luring correct especially
It's so
Black
good.
Forest.
Especially when you get 3 boars in and there's only 4
And
vills
they
in your
also line
TC
up
and you gotta
nicely,
figure
like,
out a
they're
way.
so good, so
You
good.
gotta figure out a way to shoot them without killing your vills. Like, it's nice.
You already won the
It's
game
good.
in yourself. Like, it's so
Yeah.
good.
That's a great point. That's a great point, gotta say. All right, Skirm nerf, my friends. That's pretty much exactly what Dave said here last episode. You wanted 27 seconds. They gave you 26 seconds. I guess both of you guys are totally in agreement with this one, Dave.
No.
We'll see how it goes. Like, I think it was just so fast to produce, right? So we'll see how this goes. Hopefully it's good.
DauT?
I heard a lot that skirms are a problem. I still don't see it because, in my opinion, skirms are not efficient counter to the archers. Like, if you look what you need for skirmishes, you need bodkin, you need fletching, and you need both armor upgrades. Without armor, you crossbow counter, because again, micro, right? Crossbow counter skirms until you have full upgrades, and full upgrades are super expensive. But crossbow unit doesn't require anything but bodkin.
I think
You
it's
need to
about
invest way more.
feudal
I think
most
it
of
was
all,
feudal.
though.
It's
yeah,
feudal,
this is
yeah.
mostly about feudal because for the elite upgrade, if I'm not mistaken, it's still 22 seconds.
Okay. Well, still, in feudal, nobody makes skirms. It's scouts, right? I didn't play one in a while. It used to be only scouts.
Because like when I
a lot of
watch
skirms now.
tournaments, I see skirms all the time, and people go scouts, and it's just the problem with skirms, from my perspective, is just if you're walled, you can defend so well with just like 1 archer range production of skirms. You don't really have to make anything else, right? Because the skirms are just coming out so quick.
It's also
We'll see,
bulletproof.
we'll see.
Whatever he does, you're safe behind the walls, and scouts cannot attack them. Then you go castle age, boom. Meta need to be more aggressive, and I guess nerfing the counter unit makes sense. It's some step. Let's see if it's the right direction.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so from what I heard from most people, most pro players, they seem to be on board with this one. Then we have this one. I'm really not sure what to think about it. So the Gurjara Camel Scout. We're talking about, it's a very expensive unit, of course. For whatever dumb reason, didn't write the price here, but it's like, what is it, 550 food and 60 gold, something like that. Yeah. It's very expensive. And the training time has been massively reduced from 48 seconds to 22 seconds. And now the attack has been increased as well. It's now got the same attack as Scout. It's got a lot more HP, of course, and it's got even the bonus. Gurjaras were suffering a lot. I think they were one of the lowest rated civs right now on the ladder, of course, not necessarily in tournaments. Yeah. So what do you make of the change, Deb?
Right direction, in my opinion. Gurjara uniqueness is making camels in Feudal Age. I didn't make a single camel in Feudal Age with that cid. Only maybe on the way to Castle Age
I think maybe the first time you played them, you probably tried.
Yeah, like, oh, it's a good bonus.
Everybody did,
Good. It's a good one. Good. Let's see. Maybe it will be broken, maybe not. Let it be broken, then nerf it a little bit. But let's see uniqueness in civilization.
Mm-hmm. I think the price is still going to discourage a lot of people from making them. That would be my guess, at least. And then the organ gun gets a nerf. Why the hell does the organ gun get a nerf, bro? Dave, help me out here.
That's one I don't understand, because you can manage them quite well now with mangonels.
Mangonels,
I think they were actually in a good place. But we'll see. Maybe the devs have some stats that we don't have at lower elos. Mm-hmm. I'm not certain, because at higher elos, I'm really not seeing the organ gun completely overpowering stuff.
But it's a light nerf, right? Only like 5 HP or something.
No, it's less range. I thought.
One less range.
Yeah, that's huge.
Okay, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah, that means they can't outrange TCs anymore, so they can't take down TCs. Mm-hmm. I don't think they have a chance whatsoever fighting mangonels.
No.
Until now, you could try to dodge a little bit left, and right now it's totally impossible. They're slow. They have fewer range. I don't understand why this change needs to be happened. But well, there you go. Fall work. Back to 10% immediate food collection. What about that one, DauT?
I think polls are underrated. Like, they have been broken at the beginning. They are now even better with like Bloodline Slide Care being cheaper. And now they also get the food economy back. I think we will see them more often. Like, Yo's never give up on them. Yo is always taking them still. I mean, it won't be still SS tier, but very good change. Maybe a bit of power creep, but overall, I mean, it's still only 2% in the end. It's not that massive.
Yeah, they're reverting back to what it was, right? It used to be 10%, then it was 8%, then back to 10%.
How much you get per farm then? How extra? It's like 5 food, 10 food maybe?
I just watched Spirit of the
No,
Law
it's
video. I think
120,
it's
125 for a farm, right? Or
yeah,
is
but
it
it's
170?
more. But it's how much you get. I think it's 5 more. I think that's exactly it. 5 more that you get now
That's-
with the 10%.
Nice little boost, but it won't matter a lot.
You think that's not enough to make a change? Okay.
I think the civilization that it is already good. So
I think
Just little
you
extra
might
is not-
notice it a little bit. You'll definitely notice it, but it won't be as overpowered as it was, especially with like the creep on everyone else's eco. Putting it back to where it was 3 years ago or whatever is not that big of a deal, probably.
like, for example, kittens got nerfed, right?
Yeah.
You don't feel it. You don't feel it. Like their pasture economy is still insane. Like
Still amazing.
Mm.
Yeah.
Siege Tower. Does anybody have strong feelings about the Siege Tower
Good.
price?
We need
being
more
reduced?
siege towers. Good. Yeah.
Okay.
that was I don't know why they wait like 20 years
So
for that.
expensive.
Like, that was useless. Like on the good, its line of sight was amazing, but other than that, you pay too much for that.
And
Now,
Pierce
even
Armor,
now, I
right?
give them free. Like you give them for free, give some action. Like
Also,
even now, I
like,
think people use them.
the problem with Siege Tower, and the reason I want to see it more, is that every single time I see someone go for a Siege Tower, it's an absolute disaster. Like it's the worst strategy ever.
But it's
It
hype.
never
It's good for the
works.
casting
I
as well.
know
It's
and
hype.
It's
It's
and
hype,
it's hilarious,
absolutely.
right? Just the way they like vomit units over the wall, and they look so pathetic. And then like your units
no
are
going
stuck
back.
inside, and they can't come back out. Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah, they're not going back. It's funny.
Yeah.
So I got here Magyar Hussar, massive buff to the Magyar Hussar. Again, strong feelings. Anybody here on this one?
Nope.
I don't think there was need for that. Magyar's probably
Right.
one of the best, if not the best, open map in Pure Age.
Yep.
And now you give them like the best Josh unit in the game, even better, like way better. Now production time is more important than the buff itself, right? Now, before the problem was a lot of your population is stuck in buildings because it takes a lot of time to produce the Magyar Hussar, so you still go for the stable Hussar. Now, bring it on. Like the Imperial Age will be crazy good.
It's almost as strong as a knight. The non-elite version, almost as strong as a knight. Creates in 14 seconds or 12 seconds now. It's pretty. I think this was a point that Spirit made. I'm not sure. The devs, they had all this work getting new skins for the unique units, and they want to see those unique units, bro. It was a lot of work making those. So let's see some more unique units. Savar getting 1,200 food instead of 1,000. I guess very much
Needed.
That's good. Yeah.
in line for what it was needed. So are there any other changes you guys would like to highlight here? I got the TCs are maybe getting better at hitting targets. Again, everybody would agree with this one.
Yeah, we'll see.
Showing Axeman. I
Show me. Yeah, show me it working.
It's one of those things I'll never understand. Back in AOC, right? They were fine. They were just fine. What changed in DE? I never really.
I don't know. It might have been like from where the arrows are coming from. It's one of those complicated things. The thing that I know is that if a villager is walking directly towards your TC, you shouldn't be able to miss 3 volleys when it's like right underneath, right?
That shouldn't happen. No, that shouldn't happen. So just to make it clear, they're making the projectiles faster and they're making them slightly bigger. DauT, should something like this apply to ballistics, you reckon? So people can't dodge ballistics anymore?
Please, like we want the extra time for quality of life features to think about the game. Should they build cast? Should they do this? Should they do that? Not to micro in middle of the map, not like to be the count. Like we see these days, 20 skirms, I have 3 mangonels. I'm running away with mangonels. Like I don't want to fight that. I need villagers to repair. Like the level of micro is too crazy, and I think units actually hitting units would make the game more dynamic.
Let me make sure I'm not missing any sarcasm here. You actually mean what you just said.
Yeah, for sure. I think I want units to hit units.
You were shaking your head?
I think of all the players you could have asked here, we have a little bit of a
I'm
bias.
not the right person to ask, probably. I'm not the right person to ask. That's for sure.
My counter to that would be Mr. Yo does really, really good against kids who like to nerd out fights with ballistics. Because he's always like they're paying attention there and he's paying attention somewhere else, or he has a push in the back of their base.
So
he manages it really well without
you can
dancing.
manage, but I play a bit lower yellow now because I lost a lot of points, whatever. And everybody micros, like you see 2.2 player microing his ass off, like that's all. Like, I'm like, come on, guys.
Let's play
This is
some
not a
Age
game.
of Empires.
Yeah, let's play some Age of Empires. Tech switch, do something. Like they all want to micro. Like, I guess maybe people like that. So I'm not a micro type of guy. I think this game shouldn't be so much about micro. Again, old school player. I couldn't micro with 5-second lag, right? That was not even thinkable. So overall, I enjoy micro, but to a certain degree. Like ideal micro for me is we have a triangle in the middle. Like I have spearmen, my spearmen need to attack your scouts. And then micro is for me my spearmen to dodge archers, and my skirms to attack your archers, your scouts to attack my skirms. That micro like. Now we have same units and we are like dodging each other who dodge better. That's not micro enjoy. Like that also makes me quite mad. It makes me mad think about that. Like
just thinking about it makes you mad. Okay, so there are a ton of other changes. So we have foxes with gold, turtle ships back to actually dealing pierce damage, melee damage, Mamelukes HP being reduced.
Axemen. Throwing
Yes!
change.
I love Axemen.
No, it's bad change. Like,
No, I love them, dude. They're amazing.
I love them as well, but the change is like, why? Like now it's get better that move slower. Like they just give them the range.
Yeah, that's
Like,
fine.
But
there's nothing more
wanted
satisfying
uniqueness-
than having
no.
an Axeman stack patrol its way
I know.
across the map, dude. It's
my
crazy.
idea for Axemen is like they have such a big axe. Let that axe do like a splash damage. But it's attack slower or whatever, like it would be unique.
Actually, you know what? Bleed damage might be good
like
now that we have that
Iron
mechanic.
style.
Yeah.
You chop and like you kill, like that would be like give them even shorter range, but when they hit, they hit.
That's a very good point. I like that.
Now it's just a standard get back to that move slower.
Or why not both? Aaron buy and bleed damage.
whoa. And
put the axe on fire as well, let it burn.
Buildings that
Chemistry
also
affected the axe, like give it all.
Yeah, I see. I like this. Okay, yeah, very. I love the idea. That's a really good idea. Yeah, so as we were just saying, tons of changes still. If folks want to check them, I'm going to leave the link in the description box. Tons of changes for Battle for Greece, which some folks were speculating could be because there might be including the civs in ranked. I have no info on this. I don't think that's the case. I think it's much more likely that they're preparing the next chapter, which is widely expected to be released this year. You were chuckling, DauT.
Because like one time we played Rage Forest and ACCM played random and got Spartans somehow.
Oh.
That's the first time we saw the I don't know. He was playing Spartans, and we just rolled with it. Everybody played, like, it was
And he had
so
no clue
weird.
what to do with them, of course.
Yeah, he was like making either Copitos, that's Halb, I don't know. It was so funny, and obviously ACCM. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. All right, my friends, let's move on to the LingYuan Cup. So after a short lull in the S-tier competitive scene, everything's going to be back as the first qualifier for the LingYuan Cup is set to start July 28th. That's the coming Monday. And to those not familiar, the LingYuan Cup will be a 1v1 LAN tournament in China with a $50,000 prize pool sponsored by Microsoft. Invited players are Hera, Viper, Leary, and Yo, who will be joined by 6 other players, 5 of which will be able to qualify through 2 international qualifiers, and the last spot will be given through a Chinese mainland qualifier. DauT, in this first qualifier, 3 players will be able to qualify. So how do you rate your chances in this one, bro?
if I did my math, I have to beat ACCM then Winchester. It will be similar.
Wait a
level of
second.
player.
Do we have seating? Do we have brackets already?
Not, but we know the seating, right? It's
Okay.
ATP seating, so it should be something like that. DauT does the math all the time, and like, DauT, you need to be prepared for ACCM. So I kind of know ahead of time. So yeah, the chances exist obviously, but I'm not favorite. Let's be honest. Like, let's say I have a chance against both of them, solid one, but beating both of them in the same day. I mean, let's say ACCM is the favorite to pass, and his chances are not about 50%. He needs to beat me and Winchester and probably a few good players before. It's hard, right? The competition is rising, and even the favorites can fail. Like Yo didn't make the Red Bull, for example.
It's a 9 villager start. You think that favors you or not necessarily?
It's not important anymore. We all
Makes no
like
difference.
so many tournaments now with the 9 villagers. We know that.
Dave, I'm a little bit confused. There's not a lot of information on this, of course, but are the casters going to be there? Are you guys going to be there? Have you guys been invited?
No.
Okay. And I'm a little bit confused how this is going to happen because I don't think they can stream on Twitch, right? So
I think we can cover that. I haven't had much communication. I talked with a few people at the Garrison about this event happening, and they were struggling to find like the funds to get us there, which is perfectly fair, right? It's very expensive to get us over to China,
Right.
and to pay our bills and everything like that. So it's perfectly understandable we wouldn't be there. At least I haven't been told, and I would hope that by this point I would have been told that we were going. But if we can cover it online, that's fine too, because it would be a lot of stress for us to get to China as well. That's a lot of travel to go over there for me and Tristan, right?
How do you guys feel about traveling in general? DauT, so much traveling, a lot of lands. Would you like to be? I mean, you would like to play the tournament, of course, but
yeah, a lot of lands for you, DauT. A lot of lands.
Well, not necessarily for you. Not necessarily for you.
Perfect amount of land. One I get, another one I don't. Perfect one.
Yeah. So, how do you feel about traveling that far? Do you like it?
Yeah, actually, yes. Prefer traveling far than again in Germany. Nothing against Germany, but every event was in Germany. Let's see another country as well. Yes, we'll definitely love. And I know we will have Brazil, right? Next year or something like that.
Land in Brazil as well. Yeah.
So yeah, it will be a long, like 24-hour travel, but that's the beauty of the game, to see a bit of the world as well, not only Germany.
I was on a nostalgia trip the other day and was checking old videos, and I stumbled upon your first interview with Nili, DauT. That was precisely in China. Was it the Clan Showdown or was it one of the Nations Cup? I'm not sure. I think it was the
Clan Showdown. Something.
Clan Showdown. I think it was. What was the title of the video? Interview with DauT, and then in between brackets, really, because DauT wouldn't speak to anyone back in the day. Man, what a moment that was.
I miss myself from those days.
Man, what a moment that was for the whole community. Okay, so we have a map pool with 4 brand new maps. I don't know, have you looked them up, DauT? So it's Lookout, Not Nomad, Seychelles, and Khmer. And the creator of the map, Khmer, told me that the names just come here, but you just squish it together in Khmer. Yeah. So have you looked at the maps, DauT?
Yes, of course. They look very good, I must say. I like the maps overall, but they also looked unfinished. Now that I looked like a few days ago. I don't even want to start practicing yet because they're changing maps every 10 minutes, right? You cannot practice yet. That's a downside, but also good. It's like Not Nomad is completely now different than it was before. Not worth the practice. Like a lot of maps are getting the changes, so I will give it a few more days before I start practicing.
What's the shtick? What's the feature of Not Nomad? What do you have to do there?
Basically, you start with TC. So it's like Nomad map, but you start with a TC, so it's not Nomad. To speed up the things, right? But first it was like your one player TC starts with one tree, other one is in a wood line, the surefish or the dog one doesn't have, other one is like in China already. Like, so they need to balance it out. And now it should be in a good state.
That would be so difficult to avoid like admin rees on that map. That's crazy.
Let's see.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people complain that sometimes you start way too far away from the wood lines, or you only have like one tree touching the wood. Those are the kinds of things that players really hate. And speaking of that, I believe all the other maps, or most of them, are being played on the ladder versions, which is something that we had for the Medieval Masters as well. Players have been complaining about this because it's well known that ladder versions sometimes are not as fair or as, polished as some of these custom maps that we've been having. Do you think they're good enough, Dave? And players should just adapt, bro. Or do tournament organizers really need to stick to these, more polished version of the maps?
Well, I think you can start with the ladder, but like as soon as you get some feedback that's consistent that things are going wrong, you have to make some changes. Like you can't just stick to that, right? If the relic distribution is constantly skewed, or if someone's constantly getting way better wood lines and it happens every 5th game or something, you got to make some changes to the script, right? It's not that difficult. And we'll see how they proceed with this going forward, because some of the ladder versions are like the 4 Lakes ladder version. I don't know about that, man. Some of the generations are really, really rough, right? And I don't think they have 4 Lakes here. But no, I don't think just an example I remember from Medieval Masters.
Mm-hmm. I think they're just trying to save funds, right? If you don't have to pay a map scriptor to look over all the maps out, then they're hoping the ladder versions are good enough.
It's not that much. It's not that much, dude.
Well, I have no idea, yeah. So ladder versions is not good enough for you, DauT?
I don't play ladder a lot to know that. Overall, like I like a DauT part, but to a certain degree. Like we should know, for example, Warlords, Black Forest map, I didn't like because there is a chance you have a lake and you don't have a lake. I don't want to adapt picking the sea before the game starts, right? It's a massive deal if I take Malay, Dravidians, or whatever, counting on the lake and then I don't get it, right? It's some part like that. We need to have like consistency in the map. Okay, I can have a bit further away wood and so on. Happens, adapt a little bit, but all in the good sense. Now we had some maps in the tournaments where 100% should be a restart.
Yep.
And that's something the players are trying to fight off. Let some more players should look through the maps and so on during the game to let the admins know. But in the end, I don't think that will happen because where do you draw the line? When do we start looking? From the round of 64? Will like 100 players look everything there, every single round? Or only finals? Then it's unfair for the round before. In the end, longer the set is, more unfairness doesn't matter. So if you want untested maps, give us, I don't know, best of 7 right away.
That's a fair point. Okay, boys, as we speak, the final of the Heaven and Hell tournament between Barles and Lewis is currently taking place. Can we get an update out, by the way?
2-1 for Barles. 2-1 for Barles.
2-1 for Barles. So that's a $1,000 tournament organized by John Slow. I want to focus a little bit on Lewis here. I have a soft spot for Lewis. When I was still very active in the Rage Force Discord with my buddy Savvy, Rip Savvy, Lewis showed up and he was a 1300, 1400. That's like 2 years ago or something. Man, I gotta say, DauT, this was an explosion in skill from Lewis, and I don't think I've seen many people like this. You, of course, have been around forever. You've seen all the talents come and go. How do you rate Lewis' talent and Lewis' chances of, maybe next year or sometime soon, getting some good placements in S-tier tournaments?
Hunger is there. Like, he is very active. He wants to, he practiced with me. Like, he sent me the messages as well. Let's practice. We were practicing a lot for Warlord, for example. Hunger is there. He's streaming. He's active. I think I see a lot of potential here. Yeah.
Okay.
Like, problem is, I think he's following a lot of Hera footstep. He is not creating his own style. He sees the best player. I want to be the best. I play like the best. That's maybe the only bad side of him. Like, create your own game. Like, Hera didn't copy Viper. He made his own style that is better than Viper's. Like, be step ahead. Be yourself.
Interesting point. So he beat ACCM in this tournament. ACCM has been a constant feature in a lot of S-tier tournaments. Of course, this is only a B-tier tournament, or maybe even C-tier, Dave. I don't know. I don't know about the tiers. B-tier. Yeah. So how much stock do you put into that, being able to beat ACCM in a semi-final of a tournament, despite being B-tier?
I think it's really solid for Lewis in terms of mental and improving his confidence going forward. But I don't want to disparage Lewis because I feel like he played pretty good in that set, and he was obviously the much more prepared player than ACCM, and that goes to DauT's point. Like, he prepares for everything, which is phenomenal. That's what you want to see. He wants to win. But like, game number 1 isn't even a game in that set. They started with 3 hero bombard cannons, and the hero bombard cannons had no splash damage, so you just had to luck into a direct shot, basically. And then like, he killed 8 villagers once he had 1 bomber cannon left, and ACCM had none, right? And then there was other games. Like, there was one game on
Basmo?
Get what it's Basmo, where ACCM's playing Armenians. 50 minutes in, he doesn't even have double bit axe. He lost 35 villagers under a TC to like 3 crossbows, right? So like, something was up with ACCM.
Yeah,
but at the same time,
not S-tier ACCM, maybe.
Even like B-tier ACCM is still an amazing player. So Lewis did really well.
ACCM
and the preparation.
I practice at ACCM. That guy is like, we are practicing. I have a hole. He's in with 10 archers killing my woodland.
Yeah.
Go back. Don't ruin the game. Don't ruin the practice. Like, he's literally going back and typing 11. Like, go back. We always go back in practice. Like, so he does. He wants to win. So I think he gave him his bells. Sorry, Dave, for interrupting. I had to put that out.
No, it's totally true. It's totally good to know. In any case, I love John Slow tournaments, man. The maps are so fun. They're so creative. Have you guys seen, well, you, Dave, have seen it for sure, but DauT, have you seen Reverse Arena?
No, I didn't check that.
Oh my God. It's okay, DauT. You start with 3 villagers in a nomad start inside of your opponent's arena.
So you're surrounded by your opponent's walls.
It's so stupid.
And what's the point? Like,
I don't know. It's just dumb. It's a John Slow tournament, right? So like instead of standard arena play, there would be feudal archer, like double range from both players and battering through the walls and then trying to re-wall so you can wall into your opponent again. It was fun. It was a good match.
did anybody pick that map? Like,
Yeah, everyone did. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun because there are feudal wars, right? So you fight in feudal, and it's not just Tower Rush. Oh, well, it's a little bit of Tower Rush, but not just Tower Rush, which makes it fun. And a lot of fun maps. I really love John Slow. And I think that's a lead that a lot of, I'll say, medium-sized content creators should maybe follow. You know, come up with your own unique content. If you want to organize tournaments, organize crazy tournaments. Do something different from the S-tier tournaments that we're seeing all the time in A-tier. You know, try to make your content unique as much as possible. I don't know, Dave, you know him better than me. Is he doing this full-time? I don't think he's doing this full-time.
No.
Okay.
But he's not doing it full-time, but he also does a lot of these tournaments with just like community funding. And he'll constantly have a tab that while he's casting something or playing, like, this is for the next sudden disaster. He's not looking for Microsoft. He's not looking for other sponsors. He's just like, I have this really cool tournament idea that I want to host. If you guys like my tournaments, then you can support this. And he's got that up constantly. So as soon as that bar fills up, it's a new event like this one, Heaven and Hell, or it's Sudden Disaster 2, or I think that one's getting Microsoft money this time around.
Yeah,
but
10,000, yeah.
It's like, he's my favorite tournament host for settings, 100%. His tournaments are just so much fun. If you think about the first Sudden Disaster, that's still to this day one of my favorite tournaments I've ever watched. It was just hilarious. The ways people lost.
Won by Winchester. Was it Winchester winning it, if I'm not mistaken?
I think so. Vinch against Yo was the final,
Yeah,
I think.
I have Winchester in
Maybe
mind.
it
I'm
was
not sure
Yo
if that's what it
winning?
was.
I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, totally agree. Okay, boys, thank you so much for taking the time. One last thing I want to touch on really quick. I want to hear your thoughts about this. So the other day, I was watching Hera and DauT playing one of the Lord of the Rings scenarios. I think that's one of the ones created by Sirac. I mean, you're a custom scenario expert, Dave. And I thought that was so much fun. And I think part of the fun is because we have two streamers that are excellent entertainers, excellent content creators, cooperating, making content together. Can we do something, us as a community or you guys as streamers, to see something like this a bit more often? I know it's hard to schedule. I know all of that, but I don't know, maybe once every 2 weeks you get, I don't know, like six streamers and you play funny settings. People are in voice or having fun. What would you say about that, Dave?
I would love that. I've just kind of been pushed away from stuff like that because every time I reach out to somebody, they're like, no, I just want to play ladder. Okay. All right.
Maybe you're not asking
Fine,
the right
dude.
people then?
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's just kind of, I stopped trying at a certain point, right? Like even Tristan, whenever I ask him to play team games, he's like, no, man, I've got other stuff to do. Right. Like it's kind of weird. After a while, you just stop, and it's probably the same experience for everyone else. It's not that people don't want to play. It's that it's always at the wrong time. So maybe if we had something scheduled for a set time and then people could voluntarily join up every week, that would be fun. But I've tried.
DauT?
that's something that like we all want, but will never happen. Realistically, it will never happen. We are older people at this point. Believe it or not, in 9 days I'm 40.
Wow.
And yes, yes. And,
you don't look a day over 38, bro.
Yeah. I know. Thank you, Dave.
Perfect idea. Organize something for your birthday. Unless you want to spend it with family, which would be a lot more, it would make a lot more sense. But if you don't, if you don't, organize something. Dave is on for sure. Dave is going to, Hera, you're going to get Hera for sure. Orion is going to be back. I think Viper is going to be back in 9 days. Get something with these guys. Let's make a 3v3 fun with 3 people on voice, the other 3 people on the other voice.
That's not a bad idea.
Boom.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
Make it
I
happen,
will not make it happen because I need to organize. If Timon takes over, we can make something happen. If I need to organize, I will not even be that on that day.
I can try to lend a hand to make that happen. Boys, a lot of fun as always with both of you guys doing this. Thank you so much for the insight.
Thanks, man.
Thank you so much.
And if you guys enjoyed the show, you know what you have to do. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all those things. And we'll be back roughly in 2 weeks. See you then. Bye-bye.